This is going to be textbook Instagram stuff though, rather than, you know, classic fine art. So, what's the plan for today? Not too sure. Just going to head up north, head up to the Trossachs, maybe Kilin, that kind of the northern part of the Trossachs, just outside the Trossachs. But I also want to pass through Loch Ard and Loch Ard. I've seen some really nice photos on various websites, and it just looks like a really beautiful still place. It benefits quite a bit from mist or har hanging over the loch itself. But we'll go up and have a wee check and see what it is to offer. Well, it is very, very grey. It's damp, but it's not raining. And we are currently in a car park just outside, just off Loch Ard. And good thing is, I'm not too sure what Loch Ard has to offer, but this car park is in the middle of a nice forest, and it's got that kind of mystical kind of feel about it. With it's not so much fog; it's a kind of like just a dampness, a hanging dampness that's throughout the forest. So that might be quite a good possibility. Whilst we have the walk to Loch Ard, there might be some opportunities to take some forest photos. So it really is just have a wonder time, that's it. There's a couple of places I want to stop off on this little journey, and I don't have too long, but this is really fantastic. You know what's nice about it? It's the moss. Every single tree here is covered in moss, and because it's wet, that green is so vivid. It's just fantastic. What I'm going for here is very straightforward. There's a couple of trees nice and straight, and below that there's this kind of undulating mossy floor of the forest, which just looks lovely. And every so often the light is just enough that it really emphasises some of that moss and the uprights of the tree as well, or both trees. So it just makes that kind of nice channel. I've got it quite tight. I'm using the 50mm at the moment, so I'm going to give that a go, and I might swap over to the 1740. I'm taking it portrait wise, so the 50 it's nice and tight. It's given a bit of condensement of the trees that are in the backdrop as well. And what I might do, I've only set up, I've not taken any photos yet. What I might do is play about with the f-stop, and if I open that right up, you know, if I take it down to 1.4, which that 50 goes to, it might really you know, throw that backdrop completely off and make it so soft. Whereas those two trees, they're pretty much in line with each other, which is ideal for focus, because I'll get them pin sharp, and everything else will just drop off with that wide aperture as well. So we'll give that a go, and then we'll see what it's like with the 17-40. Unfortunately, that only goes down to f4, so I can't open up the f-stop as far as I can with the 50mm. But it'll just give us a completely different view. I'll probably get more of the forest carpet in with the moss, and every so often there's a kind of red leaves dotted around it as well. So red and green, it's always going to be a winner. So we'll go for that. Yeah, so I tried the 50, quite happy with that. The sun just came, or the light, not so much of the sun, but the sun just, the light just caught just little kind of touches of green, which is the moss on the trees and the floor as well, the carpet. I've now turned round. I was photographing behind me, this area here. I've now turned round, and it's just so cluttered. I think I've said this before in some of my vlogs. I do struggle, like I think a lot of photographers do, because there's just so much going on in a woodland environment. There's directions of twigs, there's directions of branches, there's the ups and downs of the actual trees themselves, and then there's all the disturbance on the floor as well. So it can get quite cluttered, and it's really hard to make sense of what you're actually trying to achieve here. So I'm just trying out different things. I don't have an awful lot of hope for many of them, but I have turned round and I've gone low. You see down here, and again you can see this undulating floor of the forest. So just trying out a couple of things, and I'll probably pack up here, see what else this area has to offer. This was just literally the first woodland area straight out of parking the car, so I believe there's more to be found round about here as well. So let's just go and explore it further.
Just where he was needed, claimed him black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merchant change, but your face remains the same.
So I'm currently walking down a path, not too sure where it's leading. There was like an information board up next to where the car was parked, but it was really quite hard to make out actually. There was just 3 paths coming off it, and it doesn't really say what one goes to where, because it's not kind of directionally accurate, and it's just a bit of an illustrated drawing of the area. It's not too precise. So one of 3 options, I've chosen this one. There's a couple of signposts coming up, so I'm hoping this gives us a wee bit more of an idea of where we're going. Interesting, just with this walk of thinking, I'm actually not too sure what I'm looking for. Now, that doesn't mean there's a specific image I've got in my head and I know it's just round the corner here. Because I've done a wee bit of groundwork round about this area, but nothing too in depth. What I'm concerned about is I don't have my mind in the right place for looking for compositions. So I could be walking past things that would be absolutely fantastic compositions, but I just feel like my attention is just not on that at all. I don't know what it is. Yeah, not knowing what to look for, not knowing what kind of photograph I want to achieve today. Is it going to be a minimalist photo of something that's quite stark and cold and just got something to do with the shape and the surrounding, or is it going to be your textbook kind of landscape one when we get round to actually seeing the loch and what that has to offer? I really don't know. I usually leave to go to a place, and I have quite a good feeling about exactly what I want to achieve on a walk, and what I want to achieve with the photographs at the end of that. Whereas right now I mean, it's a nice walk and it's just lovely surroundings, but I don't have an awful lot of passion right now for looking for really working a composition and trying to get the best out of it. I think it's to do with laziness. I don't know if it's to do with just being unsure of where I am and what it has to offer. Something to do with the weather maybe, because it is grey and drab. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe, as I said, I'll give this walk about half an hour or so more and see where it takes us. But if there's nothing really, jumping out at me, I just don't think I have the mindset to create something out of what is on offer. Creative flatness, I think, is what I'm experiencing right now. Okay, a couple of subjects here. This is going to be textbook Instagram stuff though, rather than you know, classic fine art photography. It's forest, bit of a har, bit of a mist track, all coming together with some quite nice colours, albeit a bit muted because of the har that's hanging over, or the mist. But it's been so long since I've taken a photo, so I'm just going to get my camera out, get the tripod out and just snap away. I just need to take photos. I think that's what I need, just to start looking through the lens and capturing images. From the jetty up to the boathouse there, it just brings that boathouse that wee bit closer and enlarges it quite a bit.